Let's quickly have a conversation about which Intuit professional tax software is the best for your tax practice. Let's jump right into it, folks. For the last 11 months, we have investigated dozens of professional tax preparation and research software tools, resulting in the review of hundreds of features, pricing tiers, databases, and customer support models. So this video about Intuit is just part of a series that really covers those software tools. Here is today's agenda. I want you to look right now on the screen. Okay, let's get into it. So when we think about Intuit, we are thinking about a behemoth in the space of personal finance and business finance. So they are the company behind TurboTax, QuickBooks, Mint, Credit Karma, and MailChimp. Okay, so when you think about it, Intuit actually serves nearly 1 million tax and accounting professionals in the country. That's really fantastic. And so when we think about Intuit, we are thinking about 3 product suite in general, like 3 basic categories of products. So we have the Intuit LaSure Tax, we have the Intuit ProConnect Tax, we have the Intuit ProSeries Tax, and they have a last one that is not really that known, but is very important also. It is the Easy Accounting Write-Up. So when you think about Intuit, you also have, of course, QuickBooks Online Accounting, QuickBooks Online with Payroll, QuickBooks Online with Time Tracking, and QuickBooks Accounting Desktop. But for us today, for practitioners, tax practitioners, we are thinking about, we want to focus on the Intuit LaSure, the ProConnect, and the ProSeries. It's important overall to understand that when we rate accounting software, we pay attention to a few things. We pay attention to ease of use, and Intuit really ranks very high when it comes to ease of use. We also think about conversion, ability, retroactive tax law changes, and regulatory updates. Our score of this provider is 9.5 over 10. And Intuit ranked number 2 in our top 10 best tax preparer software tools. We do have a video on this subject. If you're interested, please go and watch that. So when it comes to Intuit, they've gotten the highest rating for ease of use. Fantastic. Please check out our video about how we actually rate software tools on this show. Check this out. There are a few considerations that we always have to talk about when we talk about tax software, because our job is to help you, a practitioner, and I don't care what size your practice is, whether you are a small practice or you are an international practice, you still need to pay attention to a few criteria when choosing professional tax preparation software. We pay attention to size. I want you to look on the screen right now. So this is our tax software research practice evaluation grid. This is how we categorize practices in the country. We go from single elements to international. There are some consequences in terms of brand recognition, right? So single member practices. If you're a small, you probably don't have brand recognition. If you're big, you do have excellent recognition. So you can see actually the spectrum here. You want to pay attention to your client focus. Are you going to focus on state returns or federal returns or both? Are you focusing on business or personal tax returns? You got to make that decision. And are you going for quote unquote easy returns or niche / complicated returns? Those depends upon the qualifications you have, whether you have IRS representations rights. In other words, are you a CPA, an EA, a JD, or you don't have representation rights? It's all about what really works for your practice. Please, whether you want it, before you choose an Intuit professional tax software, pay attention to your goals, your revenue growth. Are you making money right now? Talk to me about your revenue. Are you pulling in enough cash? And is your business based on seasonality? stability, or sustainability. We pay attention to those three S's when we analyze software tools on this show. Seasonality means that you are basically making some cash between January and April, right? You're just making the cash, you're busy, and that's it. Cyclicality means that you actually, once in a while, somebody dies or somebody is born, you have to actually take care of the tax. Those have tax consequences, and you are taking care of that, especially when it comes to estate planning. And so that's for seasonality and cyclicality. Stability means that you're just making cash all year. Sustainability means you're making cash all year, all the time. Okay, so sustainability is a higher tier of a business model, and you have to think about making sure that your goals are aligned with that. And you also have to pay attention to the fact that when we think about whether you have a small practice or a big practice, you have to constantly think about choosing a software tool that becomes part of your processes, because you don't want to change software tools every 2 years or every 3 years. No, because if you base your business model on one software tool, you want to continue with that software tool, which is why it's very important to pay attention to the tool that you are going to choose. Let's talk about cost for value, folks. Here we want to focus on pricing. What we love about Intuit professional tax software is that they are transparent, except for the cert, where they want you to call them. They are transparent when it comes to pricing, and we're not really surprised because QuickBooks, Mint, those software tools are also transparent. And what we love about Intuit is that they really pay attention to the practitioners. And I don't care what size your practice is. They pay attention to you three ways. They pay attention to you in terms of the pricing. This is important. In other words, they will work with you. They will customize your price, the price you pay, ultimately based on your needs. They'll pay attention to you in terms of customer support. So they have not only the technical in terms of the software, technical guidance, but also the technical guidance in terms of regulatory updates. You might have to pay extra for that, but again, this is worth it. And the third way Intuit really pays attention to you is by making sure that your practice has all the tools it needs to grow. Because when you think about it, scalability is important. Scalability in terms of reaching out new customers, tapping into new markets, charging for new products. Because everybody thinks about, I'm offering bank products, and so I'm just making money on the side. There are a lot of ways to make money for your practice beyond offering bank products, okay? And we actually have covered this on other shows. For example, we talked about, for example, how you can actually go after a new markets. Let me give you an example. Right now, we're talking about crypto taxes. Crypto is a big asset right now. And my question to you is, are you offering crypto tax guidance? Are you offering crypto? Do you have a series of products or services around crypto taxes? Well, the cool thing here is that Intuit, part of some of their software tools, does provide some guidance around crypto taxes. This is the kind of intelligence you need to grow your business, so that even though Intuit is a little expensive in our view, and we don't like the word expensive here because it's all about cost for value. At the end of the day, it's all about cost versus benefits, right? If they're charging you $1,000, but you are making $100,000, is that expensive? No. So I don't want you to think about affordability or expensiveness. Think about cost for value. Let's review the first product. And we have the ProSeries, suite. And the cool thing here is that when you think about ProSeries, I want you to think about two things based on our analysis. And we have done this, we have reviewed this, and we've seen it over and over. You want to think about ease of use. Ease of use is very important, and this is something that I would say, applies to all the Intuit products. But ease of use is great when you choose ProSeries. That's number one. Number two, you can save time. Save time not only in terms of operational workflows, but also if you happen to collaborate with others in your practice. This is kind of cool also. And when you think about that, you have forms-based tax data input. Okay, there are more than 4,000 forms And you can even use ProSeries form-based data input, which gives you, in our view, a straightforward display. And this is really cool because it allows you to talk to clients with ease. You are able to explain things to clients, and this is really cool. We also love the fact that Intuit ProSeries does have advanced diagnostics, so you're able to reduce rejections. You're able to maximize your client's refund. And the cool thing here is that they do have more than 1,000 advanced diagnostics to help you review and optimize your return. This is really cool. Think about it. 1,000 advanced diagnostics. So you have the whole 9 yards. You have a whole database that allows you to actually optimize every return. So when you think about it, that peace of mind is really, really good. It is priceless in our view. Okay. You also have online access. So you can actually access the software online. This is really good. So you can either have the desktop version or the online version. Okay, so everything is located on the cloud. If you're traveling, you can have access to it, or if your clients want something immediately, you can access it. This is really good. So we're talking about a great professional tax software package for 1040, 1041, 1065, 1120, 706, 709, and 990, among others. With Intuit ProSeries, you're not going to tackle complicated returns. No, you can't do it with that. Something you need to think about, all right? So they have a PPR version. I mean, they have a package, a PPR package. They have an unlimited return package. They have a package only for 1040. If you want to focus only on 1040, you can focus on that too. Because if you are a practitioner that only does individual returns, then this is kind of cool. And here is the pricing on the screen. I want you to see right now the pricing and our score relative to other Intuit products. 9/10. And this software tool is best for all practices. All practices can actually benefit from this tool. Fantastic. Let's talk about ProConnect. The ProConnect series is kind of cool also. We love the ProConnect series, and our analysis in terms of ease of use and time saving is analogous to what we said about ProSeries. Okay. What I'm trying to say here is that you do have the same processes. You have ease of use. You're able to use the virtual tax preparation office model to control everything from the cloud and to control everything remotely. This is kind of cool. And one thing we love about ProConnect, and we have seen this over and over again, is that you are able to scale. And scalability is important. In other words, if you have a busy tax season, and all of a sudden you go from 1,000 returns to 10,000 returns, ProConnect can help you handle that, because the system is built, the software is based in such a way, built in such a way that it can help you scale, and it can actually, you can open more and more modules to accommodate the volume of business you're getting. And this is one thing that we really commend Intuit for. They are constantly adding innovative solutions to their software tools, and they're able to help you scale your business. Number one. Number two, we love the fact that they offer flexibility. They have the same options in terms of 1040 packages. If you want to go for paper returns packages, or you want to go for unlimited returns, whether you choose unlimited paper return or 1040 packages, it's totally up to you. It's one of those things where you can't really predict what the tax season will offer. But if you have let's say you have a stable client base and your practice is growing year after year, we would strongly advise you to choose the unlimited returns, because the unlimited return actually helps you in terms of economies of scale. You can have a fixed cost, which is really important, because once you have a fixed cost, you can target your break-even goal. And once you pass that, everything else is just pure profit. So for us, it's really kind of cool. Or you can go with the variable cost model, the PPR, right? The paper return. That's what we call the variable cost instead of the fixed cost. So this is kind of cool too. It depends on how your practice is set up for this tax season and beyond. So our score, I want you to see right now the pricing on the screen, the pricing for the ProConnect. And our score for this product relative to other Intuit products, 9.5/10. And who is this for? All practices. So single member, oligo member practices, multi-member, small practices, mid-size, regional, national, and international. The whole 9 yards. I want to talk to you about Lacert, folks. One of our favorite products. Lacert is very cool also, and what I want to say here is that with Lacert, you basically have the ability to tackle complicated returns. This is the first thing I want you to think about. Now, we're not saying that you can't do everything else. You can do everything else that ProConnect and ProSeries offer, but you can do more with Lacert. You have powerful tools to tackle even the most complex returns, and you also have the ability. You have more than 5,700 forms and automated calculations. Think about it. This is really important. When we talk about complicated returns, I mean, there is not such a thing as a complex returns. It's just that certain topics, certain tax topics are complex. For example, oil and gas depletion. You know what I mean. Consolidated corporations. Modules are 1065, 1120, 706, 709, 990, and 5500. Especially when those modules involve an international element. Because if you're just filing a 1065 domestically, okay, that's kind of cool. You're fine. All right. Nothing complicated. But when you start thinking about, oh, well, this is a 1065 that involves something around Bermuda, Barbados, or Germany, or South Africa, or Nigeria, or China, then things become a little complicated. So this is where Lacert helps you a lot. We love the fact that with Lacert, you can actually serve a wide constellation of clients, okay? And we love the fact that the tool has advanced diagnostics. Advanced diagnostics is really cool because you might be thinking, well, you know what? My tax return process is very straightforward, but if you keep getting rejections, then your goal to become one of, let's say, a successful practice, that goal may have problems being materialized, okay? With Lacert, for example, you have 25,000 advanced diagnostics that help you review and optimize every return. Think about it, 25,000. Okay, so you have also, what we love is that you can actually access the tool online if you want to. They may have a desktop version depending upon the size of your business, because it's all about what kind of client are you for them. Are you a small client or are you a big time client? We love the fact that you can use the tool to onboard your clients very easily. You can access training, and this is kind of cool for CPE and CE credits. You have expert support and in-product help. So I'm showing you right now for the pricing, you need to call sales. So our score relative to other Intuit products, 10 over 10. Lacert is a great tool. Who is it for? Mid-size, regional, national, and international practices. So I want to end today's conversation by showing you something on the screen. I want you to look right now. We have actually compared and contrasted all the three products, and we just wanted to put it on the screen for you to see, to understand exactly how those products compare. So you can see on the screen here. So we're going to leave this on the screen for a while so you can see the comparison between ProConnect Tax, ProSeries Basic, ProSeries, and Lacert in terms of the important features. So we looked at employee stock options, 490 optimizer, vacation homes, like kind exchanges, net operating losses. So those are really what we call complex calculations, because we're not comparing and contrasting for easy topics, right? Quote unquote easy topics. We're really paying attention to those topics that are a little complex. So you can see this is the comparison here. We're going to leave it on the screen for a few seconds. So let's move on to the second screenshots. So the comparison still goes on. So we have here, again, we are comparing those four products, because the ProConnect, actually the ProSeries has two. So you have the ProSeries Basic and the ProSeries Standard, and then you have the ProConnect Tax and the Lacert. So you can see again on this screenshots, the second screenshots, we have a very, I would say what I call, there are some obscure topics that not every practitioner tackles. But again, if you are in the industry or in that niche, or you need to have guidance on that particular topic, you have the ability to choose one of Intuit products. And let's move on to the third screenshots. So the third screenshot you can see here on the screen. Again, we have all the forms which forms are available on Lacert and which forms are not available on Lacert. So you can see that overall, Lacert has nearly all the forms for when it comes to complicated calculations. And next, you also have the ProSeries. Okay, so the ProSeries is also up there in terms of complex calculations, but the ProSeries basics, the basic form, kind of goes AWOL on certain topics. All right, folks, this is it for today's conversation. I was talking to you about which Intuit professional tax software tool is the best for your tax practice. So I gave you some introduction, some considerations, the cost for value, the ProSeries, the ProConnect, the Lacert, and then we close this conversation with a nice comparison of all those tools. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. I'll speak to you later. God bless you. Thank you.